And their story was that there was this woman who wanted to come in because she wanted to see naked athletes. The name of the book is Locker Room Talk, A Woman's Struggle to Get Inside. And it's about my case in the 1970s when there were very, very few women reporting on baseball. I think I was the only one woman reporting on it nationally. And the commissioner of baseball banned me from being able to do the interviews alongside the male reporters. And the interviews took place in the locker room. And he banned me and also refused to have the men do their interviews of the players in a place where I could be with them at the same time. So I ended up going to federal court. In federal court, I ended up winning equal access for women reporters, and that led to a large number of women feeling that they finally had a place that felt like they were equal and they could do their jobs. And so they started coming into sports media, and we're seeing still today the impact of that.
Who should read this book? Who is the target audience?
In my mind, as I was writing it, was my daughter. I was raising a daughter who at the time I finished writing this book was 26 years old. I was 26 years old when I went to federal court and fought this case. People who lived through this era of the 1970s would also be interested. When I was first hired at Sports Illustrated in 1974, the courts had just for the very first time allowed that women could get a credit card without having their husband sign for it, enabling them to get a credit card of their own.
Why should people read your book?
This was a story told totally by the men who covered baseball, the men who didn't want me there. They decided how this story was going to be told, and they told it through that lens. That was the storyline they basically told, challenging my morality, mocking me, laughing at me for doing it. And so this is the first time that I've really had the chance, or taken the opportunity, I should say, to write my story from the perspective of it being an equal rights case. The other major character in this book, in fact, I often think it's a book in some ways more about her than it is about me, is the judge in my case. When the clerk puts all of the names in and spins them around and pulls out the name Constance Baker Motley, at that moment, history was made. She was the first Black woman in our nation's history to be appointed to the federal bench. And by the time my case reaches the court in 1977, she is still the only woman justice on that court.
So this book, Locker Room Talk, was originally published in 2024. That's almost 50 years after the decision went through. Take me through the moment that you decided that you were going to write the book.
I started to get requests from teachers first. I'd go to UMass out in Amherst where my dad taught for 50 years. I'd be invited in by Zoom to colleges and universities around the country. I'd be invited by women's sports organizations. There was a growing interest by a generation that was just coming up on this story and didn't know it, and yet was intrigued by it.